lighting my Palo Santo. Yes. Hi, Michelle. How's that baby? Woo. Hi.
Hi.
Do the other one. That one's easy. I need you over here.
I don't see it.
Hi, Keisha
Okay.
Brooks.
I see it.
Just make a comment.
Okay. Comment made.
Okay. There we go. Mm-hmm. Invite.
Happy Thursday.
Okay.
Happy
Click the
Thursday.
link.
Hey, everybody.
Get my space.
Happy
Ashe, namaste.
Are you staging?
Yes, baby. Palo Santoing.
You are so cute with that.
I love the smell.
In my space.
It's funny because if I was there right now, I would be like, oh, what's that smell?
Huh? I know. I can't do it when you're here because you hate it.
I don't hate it. It's so overpowering.
Did you click the link?
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, people. It's loading.
Hi,
everybody. Hi, Goddess Life.
I'm going to have to use my phone because my printer wasn't working.
Oh, yeah.
One more, Kay. Both look this way, Tomeeka. Oh, wait. How do we get the comments? Oh, okay. Now, Kay. Okay. I don't see you over here.
Display, Mika, enter broadcast. It's my fault.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Can y'all say hi and bye? Yeah. Get. Come on. Hi.
Hi.
And bye.
Hi.
Hi.
Get that out of the way. Because they cleared. They're going to be on the April and Tomeeka show.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Oh, Jesus. Close the door, please. Thank God we do an actual podcast for things like this.
And that's why. Mine is about to
Hi, everybody on Facebook. I'm here. Oh, Jesus, and I'm hot. April.
Damn.
So before we get into it real good, I just want to say thank you for my Christmas outfit. This is it.
Oh, you got it on.
I do.
It's so cute. Ain't it comfy?
It's so comfy. It feels so good. It's my color. It works, you know?
It works. It's so cute. Everything about it. Oh.
I love the blue. Like, I'm not a blue chick, but hey, I guess I am, you know? I think I'm Miss Pink, and I must be blue because look at how bright and vibrant it is. It's everything.
I love it. You look really
good. Like all the Zoomers of America, I'm doing the April and Tomeeka show in PJs.
Good for you. I love it. I didn't even think about that. I could have worn mine.
I'm in PJs. I'm comfortable. After this is over with, I can go night-night, and I still looks good.
And it's so cute. It's a short set. It's so cute. Okay.
You know what's really good? Ever since COVID happened, they started making these really cute loungewear outfits. So we can be cute and comfy just in the house. And if we need to run to the store, we still can go as is. You know, we don't have to change anymore. Unlike back in the day when our parents used to go to the supermarket in their big long robe and, you know, rollers, they looked a hot mess, okay?
My printer's not working. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the April and Tomeeka show. I am April.
I'm Tomeeka. Subscribe, like, share, bring your people to the party. It's Thursday night. It's Thursday
Here
night.
we go.
Whew.
Okay. So I was on 2A's and 2B's. They're on here. I
Okay.
was on their podcast earlier.
Hey, two
And
A's and two B's.
I forgot. So Angelique, I think it was Angelique. She made a comment and it was so true. She was like, I guess they were talking about 2020 and like how happy they're that it's over. And they made a comment that 2020 was just the appetizer. 2021 is the full dinner. And I was like, oh my God, I never thought about it like that because we're starting off with a bang.
I agree.
That is, huh?
I agree. I think 2020 was a prelude to like our real after
Like, I
20.
think 2021, now that she said it like that, I was like, damn, I never thought about that because we didn't really wrap up shit in 2020. It's a trickle effect. It's still going. It's still
It has some residue left over. So
correct.
you know, we have a lot of unfinished business. Kids are still at home learning. Okay.
Yep.
A lot of people are still out of work and to be continued because a lot of stores that are open now won't be open by the end of 2021.
Nope.
So, yeah, I think 2020 was a prelude to 2021 in the future.
I know. I'm like, shit, I never thought about that. So I don't know if there's any, huh?
It's that little reset that you thought you needed, didn't know that you needed it like this.
Right.
Because bringing out the best or the worst in you, because some of us aren't going to make it. Some of us mentally are just not going to make it out. And then the rest of us are going to make it out in a whole different way. We're not going to be dependent on a job. We're not going to be dependent on a man that was no good because we had to stay in that house with him and we had to get to know his ass for real. A lot of us it's showing you who you are, you know? And if you don't
really
like
is.
You didn't like who you were in 2020, now 2021, like, hello, what are the changes that need to be made? Like, what do I need to do to survive? Basically, it's the survival of the fittest at this point.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. And I'm, you know, and it started off with a bang. Like we're still going through it. So I'm just hoping, you know, maybe mid-year, whatever, the dust will settle after the vaccines have been, you know, people have gotten their vaccinations or whatever, and maybe we can start traveling. I'm just hoping for a better mid-year because I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. We got 6 days before the inauguration.
So I'm sorry, Road to Stardom on Facebook is saying there's feedback every time we talk. Can y'all hear good? What's going on?
Should I let's put our ear pods on.
And if anybody else knows on Facebook, can you guys let us know what's going on with the feedback?
I did that and now this is stuck.
Hello?
Hey, so I guess we're on. Is there feedback now on Facebook and YouTube?
Tia said there's feedback, both of you, so it's both of us. Who?
Well, now that I put the AirPods, Pia, how are the AirPods? So they couldn't hear us on Facebook. Maybe I need to connect. It's worse. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to add my AirPods. Okay, before we get started, there's no sense of starting when they can't hear us. So I'm going to put my AirPods on my iBook.
Oh, it's really bad on Facebook.
Okay, so my AirPods are.
I can't hear you on IG now.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
Now, Pia, anybody, how's the
Facebook, how are we?
I think you should put your things on for here so we're giving them and they can always hear us clear on IG.
So put my
IG is good.
IG is good.
Oh, Pia said it's still bad?
Still bad. Straight, we can.
Back,
I
still
did.
feedback. Bad feedback and echoes.
And
I don't know.
bear with us, guys. Somebody say IG bad. Somebody say IG is good. Okay, which is it, y'all?
I have on Facebook, it says echo cancellation. I clicked it. Okay, so let me turn it off and see how is it better without the echo? Echo from both. It's you, April. So you want me, maybe I'll take these off. How is it without the AirPods? All right. How is it without the AirPods? Maybe I don't need the AirPods.
Good. IG is good for me. Facebook is bad for me. Okay, you are good, Tomeeka, on IG.
I don't hear you over here. You are good, Tomeeka, on IG. Feedback from April on this side. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my...
Is it both of us or IG seems okay? Does Tomeeka have another device tuning in?
Okay, so I think it's just Facebook. Does Tomeeka have another device tuning in? That's what it sounds like. April, you are not. I don't know. You are not what? All right, we got to keep it moving.
I actually have my Facebook off, like the volume off. But can they hear me still on Facebook?
I don't know. Can y'all hear her on Facebook?
On Facebook, because I have my volume off.
On
Tomeeka good on Facebook. Okay, good. April, maybe try to take your volume. If you take it down, though, I think.
I did. It's all the way down.
Okay. How's that, guys? April, you're on 2 devices. Both of us are. Hey, Lee.
I did. So they can't hear me on Facebook. I don't know why. Maybe
That's
it's
weird.
good to me.
I have. Yes, you can hear.
Bluetooth.
Y'all are the best. Thank you. It's like when either of you talk, I can hear you on the other person's side.
Might be hearing feedback from other devices. The only device is here is the IG. I have the I don't know what it could be. Let me turn the echoing back on because I turned it off. Audio. Oops.
Okay, Karina says she can hear both, but do you hear any echoes? April here, Watkins with the echo. Okay, they said it's April with the echo. April, you the echo.
General.
Okay.
What is that?
Echo.
No, I hear like a grinding. What is that? Okay. April is
Okay, it's gone.
What'd you say?
It's gone. Facebook folks need an Instagram.
Your devices are too close.
Can everybody try to do Instagram? Because it feels like your devices are too close together. Okay, so move your devices a little bit away from each other.
So now one is here and one is there.
Okay, guys, can y'all still hear the echo?
Your devices are too close together.
Let me go.
Let me go. So Leah says she just coming over to Instagram.
Is there still an echo, people? Are we good? The April and Tomeeka show is the same. It's the April and Tomeeka show. Okay, one more question about this on Facebook. Is there still an echo? Much better. Okay. I think we're good, April. April,
Okay.
say.
Hey. I don't know if there's an echo. Okay. Let's get back to the show. I don't know if there's any deltas on this feed, but happy Founders Day. I saw it all over the internet and all my girlfriends with their, I shouldn't be doing it, but in their red. And, that must be exciting. That was the one thing I missed when I was in school. I didn't think about pledging. And now that I'm out, I wish I would have pledged. I think I would have been an AKA though, but all my friends seem to be jealous. Huh?
It's interesting to see now that you're an adult, like who pledged what, because if I would have pledged, I could see myself as an AKA, but who knows? Back then I was so anti the establishment. No, I didn't want to. No. I don't follow no goddamn body and no. But to all of you Deltas, happy Founders Day. It's so good to see them being adults and celebrating their sororities. And it was so nice.
It must be nice.
It was nice to see that. It's nice to see that sisterhood as an adult, because I felt like it was too girly and too this and that and too much congregation for me. But the lady in the house, I don't know which representative it was, but honey,
I saw her.
It's Founders Day. Do anybody know who she was? I think I posted her, but yes,
she was amazing. She was like, it's impeachment, but it's also Founders Day, so she came in all her red. I was like, way to represent. It was super cute. Oh my gosh.
As he says, if April or she, I'm not sure if it's a he or she, I apologize. If April goes out and comes back in, it may fix the problem.
For what? Which one?
They go back out and come back in, it should be the problem.
Well, if I go back in, everybody shuts down on Facebook. I can't go out because I started it.
Okay.
Yeah. So moving on. What are we doing for your to-do list, and are you guys journaling? I think we left off kind of talking about maybe starting the book club and journaling and just sticking to our goals and our list. Let's get away from the inauguration and all of that. We'll get back to it, of course, but just, is everybody staying on task? Like, I really want to know.
I'm up to the second chapter.
Oh, good.
Not because I'm so great, because I'm cheating. I'm doing audiobook.
Oh, I was looking for it on audio.
Huh?
They have it?
They do. Let me tell you why I really don't like it, though. It's a white man making it, okay? So that's so weird to me.
You're right. I read the reviews and everybody was like, it's so weird with that. You're right. That's why I didn't do it.
Weird to me. So the book that we're talking about and speaking of is All About Love, Bell Hooks. So that's our book of the month. And we're all trying to get on this one book a month deal. Okay. Y'all, I already read the first chapter and I'm in the second chapter of my own reading from when we tried before. But I'm go back and start over. So I'm doing the audiobooks. Honey, it's a white old man, and I can't.
Why would they do that?
It's her words, but it's him speaking it. So
I wonder why.
It is weird.
It's very weird.
I should just read the goddamn book for her. Like,
yes, ma'am.
Right?
So we were talking about journaling. Is anybody doing their journal? Like, I am not. And you know what? Starting today, I'm going to start doing my journal. Oh, so Diana says, yes, Miracle Morning Journal. All about love. Okay. I am really going to start doing my journaling because I had a friend just text me. We were working on LA's Finest last year and he journals and he was like telling me what he was doing last year on this date. So I know it's it's a hard exercise, and I know you got to work that muscle to do it, but it's so refreshing and benefiting the next year when you go back and you have it. You understand? Like, I don't want to do the work, but I want to go to 2022 and see what I was thinking, what I was doing. So that means I have to do the work. What do you say, Tomeeka?
So I started.
Uh-huh.
I only did like 1, maybe 2 days of it, but it's true. When I was younger, like in my 20s, I was so advanced. I was manifesting in 2020. I was writing stuff down. I would keep this little vision notebook where I would write stuff down. And so anytime I did anything in my life, I would write it down and I would go back and I would see it, and it changed me, because some of that shit you see, it's like, you did what? Girl, get it together. So it is good to journal, and y'all, it don't have to be a fancy word like journal. Just jot down what you did for the day.
Right.
Because maybe journal,
we're making it too complicated. I don't want to journal.
Just jot down, today was an uneventful day. However, when the mailman came, I wanted to da-da-da-da to him. Maybe you've grown in a year, and maybe you have, so it does teach you where your highs and lows are. It tells you about that time of the month. Like you get to see how you're moody around this time of the month versus that time of the month. So you get to learn who you are through journaling. So it's actually good to get back into that habit. I remember when I would go back and look at some of the stuff that I did, I'd be like, whoo, child, you did a lot, or you didn't do enough, so I think it's good. I think we should all try to get back to it, and don't make it complicated.
Right. We could go to the 99-cent store. Daima just said it, and it's such a good thing. Like, let's stop taking journal, because I think journal stops everybody. Like, you don't need to spend $10.99 on this leather bound, whatever. Go to 99-cent store, get you a spiral notebook or a black and white notebook, and write some shit down. It don't need to be a paragraph, and you can start where you are, January 14th, couple of sentences, and you don't have to flip the page. Skip a couple of lines, January 15th, because I really want to do this year. So I am definitely going to start today, because next year it's a whole year. You know what I mean? Like, we missed 9 months of journaling. I'm talking about me. I missed 9 months of journaling in a pandemic. And just think about that. We would have been able to give that notebook to our children, our grandchildren, because this is history. So we can say, oh my God, today was the election. This is what happened. This is what happened. And they could say, yeah, y'all got those history books, but I got my own history book from my grandparents or my great-grandparents, because they wrote blow by blow by blow in their own words what happened. You understand what I mean? And I missed that mark, because the Capitol, insurrection, that could have been, in my own words, to Joey, I'm talking about me, to Joey and Jolie. You know what I mean? Like, what did Honey say happened on that day? Well, his book says this. April said, okay, get this, y'all. This is what happened, So history is being made. So let's do our own version for our legacy. It could be our nieces, nephews, everybody doesn't have children, just your legacy. And so I think it's very important, because it's history. He rewrote everything.
Let me give you a good way to do it too. Maybe right now you're depressed as hell, okay? And you don't want your grandkids to see that part of who you are. Do a fantasy journal, where you're saying amazing things about who you are, so that when one day they're going through a rough time, they can say, damn, grandma was living it up. You understand? So one of our listeners, LO1 Celeste, said her mother said, never write down anything that you don't want anyone else to know. That's true. If you're writing some shit down, when I would journal, because I had boyfriends and I didn't want them reading my shit, and it was some shit that did need to be read, I would change names, I would change things, I would change little things that only I would know what it meant. So when you're journal writing, and if you're feeling like you're in a really bad place, what you can say is, hey, today was one of those days, but turn it into a positive. You know what I'm saying? But when you go back, that when I say it's one of those days, it was a difficult day for me. But when someone else picks it up, to read it 20 years down the line, they're like, oh, she made it through this, this, and this.
Right, you got some codes
So you're
in there.
manifesting, you know, for
Yes,
your
I get
future generations. You know, if you're building wealth, you don't want to give them generational curses of depression and sickness and alcoholism. Like, you don't need to be putting down, I got toe up and couldn't get up, and I've been, you know, in this house, got to go to rehab. Maybe you say, woo, it was a rough night. We had a really great time. I enjoyed some friends. We had some nice cocktails. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So your journal can be whatever you want it to be. So instead of making a hard word like journal, just write down some things about your day.
Just write some things down.
Yeah.
I have an agenda book, and it has every day of the week. I can write a couple of lines. I love this thing. I got this from Big Lots. It is probably the best little $6.99 I paid, because it actually has stickers on it. I can put, you know, I can make it festive. I could, you know, game night, big day, very busy, deadline, relax. And they're all stickers. So once I finish journaling, I can put some stickers on there. Vacation. I think it's super cute. Now, I bought a very expensive one, and I don't even use it. And I couldn't wait till January 1st to use it, because I bought it from somebody on IG. And I was like, oh my God, it's so cute. It don't hold nothing against this. So this is July to July. So in July, I'm going to go get another one. So this is going to be my, I guess I'm just going to start writing everything in here. That's for me. And it's a spiral. So it's you know, kind of cute.
It's easy.
So it's easy.
It's easy. And y'all, I'm old school. So mine would be, I would quote unquote journal in a address book. You know, the little calendar books. And when I was at work, you know that big desk calendar? Yeah. Write down my stuff in those dates right there. So throwing away my 12-year calendar was like difficult for me, because it was a lot of stuff that I was going through on that calendar. So if you're not a journaler, you have that big desk calendar in your home office, in your work office, put your stuff down right there.
Right. I have one right here.
It's
Your
so
blotter.
to do it. You don't have to do it in the box. And like one of our listeners said, or viewers said, you can video journal. You have an iPhone. You can, on your walk, you can say, hey, today is such and such day, and I'm da-da-da-da. I don't know if you want to use that much space in your phone, but you can download it and put it on a zip drive, and then there you go. Your family will forever.
Yeah. And you can print it out, because I do a lot of my notes. When I write stuff, I just talk it, and then I print it out, and I'm like, there you go. So there's a lot of ways to do it. Okay, so moving on. I guess we need to talk about
journaling, and we're reading All About Love. April, where are you on All About Love?
Still chapter 1. We're gonna talk about that later. Let's go in order. We weren't even supposed to talk about that yet.
Thank you guys for compliments. We're getting them. You guys say we look beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, your hair looks great. Are you reading this one? They love your hair color.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was it. So let's talk about the consequences of last week. There was a lot that happened last week. I'm just going to start with Trump being kicked off all the platforms. And our producer brought up a very good point about, even though I am ecstatic, it's also very nerving that freedom of speech could be shut down the way it has been. But we also know he was spewing hate. So there's a fine line. And then I think the underlying thing is it's a private entity. That's like me owning Twitter. I have the right. We're not talking about he's being kicked out of, you know, the Washington Post or the New York Times or Fox TV. Fox News. He can still, you know, he's still going to make the news, but a private entity has the right. So there's the issue, you know, and even though I think it's a fine line, I think I just answered the question for me. I don't think it's a fine line, because I own Twitter, I own Instagram, I own whatever, Peller, whatever it was. I have the right to say, Tomeeka, I don't want you on my platform anymore. I have the right. It's not a government entity. It's not anything that is law. So because it's not law and there are bylaws, everybody that has a business, 501c3, all of those, you need bylaws. You need rules that when you get your iPhone, it tells you all the things. We all go accept. There's so many things in there. And if you don't read it, that's the fine line. Uh-oh. And, according to what their rules and regulations for being on their platform that they own, he broke them. So there's a consequence. There's a consequence for everything. So because he broke it, they decided that he could no longer be on their platform. What do you think about that, Tomeeka? What is that?
So I think you're absolutely. Can you guys hear me? Because something weird just happened with the IG.
Yeah, it's windy and like my whole house just shook.
Okay. You're absolutely right. What people fail to realize is we are on someone else's shit. We're on someone else's Facebook. We're on someone else's IG. And we all said, I agree to X, Y, and Z conditions. Okay?
Yep.
And their terms and conditions could possibly say, if you're spewing too much of this, if you're doing too much of that, we have the right to kick your ass off. So this does not fall under freedom of speech. It is a private company and they have their own rules. Okay. So the people who think that this is infringing on our amendments, our freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech, right.
It only works for government. Like if I go outside and I want to just go protest and I want to do this and that, like those people thinking that they could go down and protest and go into the Capitol because they pay taxes and they put those representatives there. No, you probably put your representative there. You probably aren't a voter. You probably don't believe in none of this shit anymore. Let's start there.
Right.
Because it's a certain type of person to go and desecrate and do feces and try to blow up some shit that they quote unquote said that I am responsible for. Them telling Trump enough is enough. Finally. Jesus.
Yeah. He's done a lot. Like you're a president, you can't run the United States through Twitter. Like do your business. Like he's basically,
He did it day one.
Yes.
When he first did it, we was like, did he just do a press conference through Twitter? It was so unheard of. He changed the way we communicate with each other. People now literally make statements on social media. So he did that, and it turned on him finally.
Right.
But literally in the last 2 weeks of his presidency. But he has used Twitter, social media, Facebook. He used it all along to get in office. Let's start there. He created this group of people following him during the campaign of his presidential candidate. So he became a millionaire off of this. He had an obscene amount of followers. Charlottesville happened because of him and his followers and his platforms. It's a bad damn time.
He had
4 years.
He was using it for evil. He will say not, but he wasn't using it for what we are using it for. Most people are using it for socialization, catching up with people, networking, influencers trying to make some money.
He was using it for profit, for political gain. He was using it to incite shit. He incited the wrong thing on the wrong day last week. And literally, had they did it and been successful and he remained president, that was his goal. But it backfired. Backfired. He told them and take the daggone Capitol and run those people out and make Pence do what he's supposed to do. And it backfired.
Crazy.
And
he seems like a little kid reading the teleprompter because somebody probably had to get in his ass and say, listen here, you're going to read these words and you're going to say this because these are the consequences. Because I think he's such a narcissist. He's oblivious. You know what I mean? He got, we all saw the feed of them down in the bunker partying to the music while they were taking over the Capitol. And it was just pure joy in his heart. He wanted to, it's almost like he just got off on it. Like, these are the people that love me. They did it. They're fighting for me with no remorse. There was no remorse. And then, I guess people were like, listen, the jig is up. You better save face and get on there and say these words. They weren't sincere. He's never read shit straight. It was just like, and these are not, no. You were forced to do it, and it's too late. It's too late. So you're going to suffer the consequences. And I know that, he's trying to, what's the word when they can arrest you himself. I know he's going to try to pardon himself and his family, and I don't think he can do himself. So I think that's up in the air. And I've been asking that since August, and I still don't know the answer, because I don't think a sitting president has ever attempted to pardon themselves.
I think he can. There is some law that he can, but here's the deal. He has to be charged first. He hasn't been charged. And I think that's the biggest thing that they're doing. They're waiting. Mitch McConnell is done with his ass. He said, we will, it's up, okay? We will.
You think he is? So
he
0101 said he can pardon himself. But
pardon himself, not for this though. Not for this, because he hasn't been charged with anything. So what they're doing, they're going to wait that whole week to now get to Congress to do the impeachment. So that's a really smart move, because if they was to do it now, he could pardon himself. So now what they're trying to throw out there is to bring the country back together, let him get impeached, let him go to jail, because he literally incited this shit. So he's probably going to go to jail. And they want Biden to pardon him, because Biden will then be the president. So they want Biden to now pardon him so that they can bring the country back together again. Is that not the most foolish thing ever?
It is.
So, I mean, to be continued. It's not over. The FBI has literally said that these people have it in their hearts to still do some damage in all 50 states leading up to inauguration. And I think even afterwards. So you guys, like we said, don't go out by yourself. White people are on one. And it's not white people, it's Trumpers, okay? The people who think the election was stolen. Like, it's all of the footage that's coming out day by day by day, it gets worse and worse and worse, okay? They were inside. It had to be an inside job. The way that they got in, the way that they went to unmarked offices, the way that they literally got in and they had help inside, okay?
I hope not.
Think about all the careers that's ready to be messed up. And, the hate that's going to come out of this. They are going to feel like we have to create our own nation and we have to do this because, they've wronged us. And the Trumpers are like, they've already gotten off of Facebook. They've gotten off of Twitter. They're trying to start their own shit. They was on Parler, but Parler was taken off of Apple. And Tim Cook said he's not permanently canceling them off of there. He's just telling them right now, you guys can't come because you're violating some terms. So they'll come back when they think we forgot about it, and they will keep doing their rhetoric. Okay,
he's a very dangerous man.
Have been dangerous since Barack Obama. Now they have a lot of them, and they just exist. We live amongst them. We, do business with them on a daily basis. So many of them, the Olympian who, was, come on, y'all. The Olympian, the police that's going down because of this, elected officials who are going down because of this. It's so many people. It's the girl who just got
How about the banker in Atlanta that killed himself? He didn't even want to stand trial. He was like, I'm good. I was like, that's a very drastic move to make. Like,
because as long as I can go to work every day and wear my hood, and not show my face and not show who I really am, how do I do business with my coworkers who half of them are Black? You know what I'm saying? As long as I can go and put on mega stuff and a hat and a mask and nobody really know it's me, but then when they find out it's me,
Yeah, he killed himself. I was like, that was crazy.
They said a young lady killed herself too. So it's going to be it's just going to be a mess. So they're just getting started.
They're following a false prophet, as they say. They think he is like the savior. I don't know. I still will never understand their mentality. And I guess that's what separates us. Like, I don't get it, because you can do the research, you know, like prior to this, we would be on Instagram and see like a white young female arguing with her parents, and they'd be like, they don't want to work. They don't want to. They just want, like, have you done the research? Do you understand what was done? Like, they don't want to do the research. They just know what they know. They've been taught it generation after generation, and nobody wants to sit down and understand what has gone on. So you know, and to the young, you know, the millennials and the Xers, is it the Z? The Zs, they get it. They get it, you know, so, but there's a lot of, you know, baby boomers and Generation X that just won't let it go, you know? So I'm hoping the new generation, because this is going to have a residual effect. Yes, we're making history, and yes, this is happening. And I'm just hoping that it will correct ourselves, because these elders are older. They're going to pass away. Then we got a sweet spot, you know? And that sweet spot is still teaching their children. So I guess it'll always be perpetual, which is awful, you know? But I just wish that a couple of people in all these families would really, you know, just teach them and sit them down. But the hate is too juicy. Like, they won't let it go. They would rather hate and loathe us for absolutely nothing. In their mind, we're taking over everything instead of just being educated. And it's enough for everybody.
Well, imagine growing up in a house that says you're King Zero, and all of these immigrants, this is your country. You stand up for what's right, and nobody can take anything from you. You understand? They grow up with the rhetoric in their homes. You know, we all grow up with some stereotypes. Okay, let's be clear. But in the end, we have empathy. We show up for every other race. We are the race that will unify and unite this country over and over and over again, right? For some strange reason, I really believe the lie that everybody else is out to get their white America. Like, what? Let's be clear. Everybody's an immigrant. Hello?
Yeah.
Ain't none of this y'all shit. Y'all stole it from the Indians, okay? So when you look at it and you keep thinking that, oh, we only have one kid per household and they have 10, it's too many of them. So they're taking over. And the sad part, y'all, is the white women. When you look at the videos of the white women and you hear what they say in it, the gatekeepers, these are the ones who will smile up in your face and offer you some cookies when you move to your neighborhood, only to go home and tell their kid, you beat him at his game and you da-da-da-da. And you know, so it's crazy. It is crazy. They're showing up and they're showing out. And the white women are to me, they're more dangerous than anybody, you know? That white girl who threw her body in that window first, like, what the fuck was you thinking about? You damn fool, you went in first. Like, because they are crazy. They're the ones
they are crazy.
Who have us thinking everything is cool, kumbaya, come over here, let me steal all your secrets, and then go back and tell their husbands, look, don't hire her man because X, Y, and Z, and honey, you need to be at the top, and da-da-da-da. They are culture vultures. They steal everything, okay? And then they will rebrand it as their own. So I'm not sure what's going to happen these next 4 years. I just know that they are mad. They're mad, mad, mad. They still feel like we stole their vote. They have literally like taken themselves out of a civilized society to be on this parlor society and this, you know, they really want to be in a civil war. And then, you know, they're quick to say Abraham Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln. And the next thing you know, Lincoln and Saddam forgot that they killed goddamn Abraham Lincoln for the same shit. So while y'all are talking about Abraham Lincoln, like, let's be clear that y'all assassinated him for trying to free some slaves, not for the country's sake, but for economy's sake. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't do it to help us. They did it for the economy.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So Decatur Fred said, elder here living into my 90s. Wow. Feels like the KKK back in the day, going to
mhm.
burn down communities, businesses, etc. On top of COVID. Now I have to be extra alert and people of the opposite race. Yeah. It makes you turn a side eye to everybody. I don't trust nobody. You know what I mean? When you're out there, watch your back. You know, when I'm out at the stores and, you know, it's just, you just have to be aware because a lot of them, you know, like Tomeeka said, they have these secrets and these masks that, you know, they don't want anybody to see. So you're out in the grocery store with them and, you know, they're just hoping you say the wrong thing so they can hurt you. You know what I mean? And you don't understand, like they're feeling some type of way. They are feeling really like they are being robbed. So with that type of mentality, you just have to walk cool and, you know, somebody bump you with their cart, just, you know, look at the situation. Okay, it's no problem, no problem. Because you just don't know what could fuel them. You know what I mean? To start that thing. Here's a Black woman, she's shopping, you know, they may have no money. You may have some shit in your cart, like I can't even get groceries in. Now she
Right,
bumping into me, like you just don't
right.
know. So just be cognizant. Um, Everybody, you know, I love a good argument. I don't want nobody, you know, out talk me, but you know, I'm gonna just be a little bit more, no problem, no
Because
problem. You know what I mean? You just never know. It's like the postal effect. Come to fucking work ready to, you know what I mean? So be mindful. Go
I,
ahead, Tomeeka.
Margaret said they're looking to start some shit. That's exactly right. That girl, it's a girl who just got into Congress, okay? Her ass don't want to go through the metal detectors because she's packing her weapon. Are you serious? So,
She
like you
don't
said,
want to go.
she don't want to go through the metal detectors that they had to get because you Trumpers came up in there with your bullets and your guns and your this and your that. So now they have metal detectors, okay? And she was in a standoff with the security, telling them, "No, I'm not. No, I'm going in with my bag." Girl, sit your ass down or go home,
I hope they
okay?
locked her up. What
They
happened to
did
her?
what they had because believe you me, if it was a Black congresswoman newly elected, her ass would have went to jail that day. But here's the deal. Like you said, if they're at a place where they don't have shit to lose, okay? They feel like their rights have been violated, okay? They
Right.
feel like freedoms have been tampered with. You guys stole an election from them. And guess what? It's our America. I'm walking to the grocery store with my gun and I dare somebody to say shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being
Yeah,
said,
and remember those states like Virginia, I think Pennsylvania, all of those are open carry states. Like
Georgia,
there's a bunch, Georgia.
yep.
So imagine, like, I am so glad this is not an open carry state. I don't think I could live in one right now because that means
It's too hot. It's
it's
too
hot.
hot.
So I
The
go back to
K-Fed,
again.
she just said it. She's in Georgia. And if it feels like that in Georgia in 2021, y'all, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about 1968. We're talking about 2021,
Right.
where it's supposed to be an equal and United States. It's
Arizona. Woo.
not, you
Yeah,
know.
if you're living in an open carry state and you don't have a weapon, then I don't understand. Like,
Mhm.
how you not gonna be ready for the gunfight and you don't have a gun?
Because they ready.
Like, they're ready. They're
They are.
teaching Billy Bob and all of them out in the woods. They shooting cans. Them little boys and girls know how to load and reload and clean guns and just, you know, I would say stay ready. You know, I never want you to go out and be reckless, but if you go into a gunfight, you need to have a gun. Like
Yeah.
you can't show up with a knife. You just need to be ready. It's an open carry. They're saying, hey, if you want to carry one, you can get what? We gotta jump through hoops over here just for the license. We cannot go outside our door with that gun. It's only for our home unless you have, you know, your military or whatever. You can apply. That doesn't mean you're gonna get it. I would
So,
definitely, if I lived in Georgia, I would have some guns.
so what about, yes, Lauren Boebert wants to take her strap to work, her ass, her crazy ass. What
Tell her
about
no.
all of these people who are veterans and all of these people who are now on the no-fly zone? They can't fly anymore, dumbass
I
fucks.
love it.
They flew all the way to DC and probably half of them are stuck there. You can't fly no more, so you're going to have to drive or something. And you're probably going to be on that list for the rest of your life. So was it worth it? You thought your freedom was violated before. Like, how's that going to feel, stupid?
They were crying and it is just so awful once you get caught. But while you were doing it, y'all were gleeful, just as excited, happy, singing on the plane.
Yeah, they were unashamed. They wore no mask. They went in like, hey, it's me. Look at me. I have a podium. Hey, look at me. I'm sitting on the floor of the Capitol. Idiots. They were so unashamed. They were so boastful. They filmed themselves, and now all their asses are going to jail one by one. And you're on a no-fly zone list, and dumb. Like, how free must you be in America to do some of this shit that they did?
It's hurtful because we could never, and we know that, and I know every Black person, you just look at it like the shit that they're allowed to get away with, the shit that even number 45 was allowed to get away with. Obama would have never. They would have shackled him. He would have been in jail 2 years ago. Like, there's no way he could have done half. But it's a thing, and I don't know, it's that whiteness. They don't want to hurt their own people because they showed so much restraint. Get back. I was like, them billy clubs worked last couple of months ago when we was out there walking for George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. All them billy clubs worked. But for them, I didn't see the amount of pushback. I didn't see anything to warrant, they just didn't want to hurt them.
They were pepper spraying the police officers. Hello? And no rubber bullets went out. No real bullets went out. Nothing. They were so with care that it made absolutely no sense.
It was so
gates were open for them. Doors were open. They was like, go down that hall.
They were like, come in.
I want them to get every last one of them. All of their asses need to go. Just round them all up, and they all need to go to jail. Okay? Y'all, look, I'm sorry. If you're my neighbor and I see your ass, you're going to jail because I'm telling on your ass. Okay? So I think that everybody, the guy, the Olympian, his coach told on him. So everybody that knows somebody, if you can say, hey, I know such and such, that's such and such cousin, call the FBI and get his ass locked up too.
That was great. I was so glad they did that. I was like, that's the way you go. That's the way you do it.
Somebody's ex-wife called on him.
That was amazing.
Crazy.
She ain't like him anyway. She was like, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, so switching over to COVID. I saw Spike Lee today on the Jasmine brand or the Griot, one of those, and he's like, as soon as his number is called, he's going to get it. He was like, he's not thinking about it. He is passing go. He is going to get his vaccine. He said, but rest assured, I'm not trying to skip the line, but I just see too many. It's kind of in solidarity for him too. If our brothers and sisters that are first responders on the front line, if they're getting it, he said he's definitely getting it. And, I understand. And I think 2 A's and 2 B's were talking today too. Like if you're 70, you might as well go ahead and get it. I don't think that it's going to take you out in the next year. And if anything happens, it's going to be years from now. Like Tuskegee, it showed up, I think 23 years later. So you have to look at your age, what's going on, what are your underlying conditions, so, and I don't think Spike is that old. I didn't say that because of that. I'm just like, if you're 70 and healthy and you want to live to maybe 90 or more, you might want to get it. You want to see your grandkids, life is not guaranteed to anybody because you could go outside and get hit by a car. What I'm saying is, I think age is a big factor in a lot of people's decision, like what are the pros and cons? How much longer do I have to live? How healthy am I right now? But those should be in everybody's mind. Like if I'm super healthy, I've never taken a flu vaccine like you and myself, then why would I take it? But if I'm 70, 75, I always get the flu vaccine. I always do this. I got grandkids that I want to travel. I'm going out with a motherfucking bang. If the shit ain't knocking me out in the next year, baby, sign me up because there's no way I'm going to be away. When I do get 70 you know, in my 70s and something like this happened, I'm taking it because there's no way I could not see my grandbabies. They make my life. You know what I mean? And I just couldn't do it. So that for me, that's where I would be.
Here's the crazy part. LA Unified School District just said that they're going to make it mandatory for the kids to go back to school to get the vaccinations. Now, I kind of briefly heard it because I don't really care about that shit because my kid's not getting vaccinated. But that's going to be interesting. So to go back to school, they're trying to require them to have to take the vaccine. I can see doing the staff. It's not enough information for me to get my kid vaccinated. Now, they're saying that if you don't want your kid vaccinated, they can still do virtual classes. I'm sure it's another way around that. I will figure that shit out. My kids are not getting the vaccination because they have too much of life yet to live, and it's
absolutely
okay.
They're babies. Yes.
I think it's crazy that they're going to require that. I think that they should require staff because, you know, kids are super spreaders basically, okay? But they can live, they can keep thriving. But I think that if you are a staff member of a certain age, I think it shouldn't even be required. I think because now they say that Big Lots. So once one company does it, y'all, every other company will follow. So Big Lots just passed something today where they're going to offer their employees $4 or $5 more who get vaccinated.
Per hour?
Yes. So they're a smaller company. Once one company does it, everybody else will start to do it, okay? So your jobs are going to start requiring you to get it. So we just got to figure out, you know, you got to do what you got to do. I'm not telling y'all go off the grid and try to figure shit out. And I just feel like this mandatory thing can get really, really tricky. You know, they know that people want their kids out the house and some people will be desperate enough to do it. And if this is one of those things where they say they're trying to control the population, hey, this is a good deal. You know, the easy way to do it. So it's not.
I hear you.
I'm not. Yeah.
I just hate that you gotta get it every year. I was hoping it was a one and done.
Let's just start with the fact that Fauci said that the vaccination doesn't stop you from getting it, and you still have to see. That's the thing. It's so not enough information that I think people are going to think, oh, I got the vaccination, so I can go ahead and just be outside and not wear my mask and not have to do 6 feet away from each other. He's saying no, still have to do all of those things.
What?
Yes.
Crazy. Then why get it?
What's the use, people? It just sounds like to me it's just a money thing. I don't know. I don't know why I would have to get a vaccine and still have to isolate from people, still have to wear a mask, you know?
Yeah, I know. I was listening to somebody, probably 2 A's and 2 B's. They were like, they were on fire today. I wish I could listen. It's just the time. So guys, I would definitely listen to your podcast. It's like, I'm trying to get dressed. I'm like, okay. But they had a good point too. Everybody kind of wait until everybody has had the first shot. We're waiting for that second shot. Tell me how you feel after that. We're going to be like, okay, how you feel? What's going on?
Well, Fauci also says, and actually Chris Cuomo said it yesterday, that you know that Johnson & Johnson is making a shot, or one of them, where it's only one shot. So a lot of people are waiting for that. That's going to be out in like a couple weeks or so. So it's still supposed to be 95% effective. But again, people, what does that really mean? I just feel like the strain of the COVID has changed so many times. I don't know how this vaccine is going to be as effective as they're saying it is.
Here's my fear. Like every other year, we know something comes out. SARS, this, that, this. So this is this. We're in a big pandemic. We get over it. We finally got a vaccine. In 5 years, it's going to be something else.
It is.
It's going to be whatever it is. Now what we do? Do we always have to jump on a vaccine for the next best thing?
Hold on. So Sweet Tooth Pastries, Bianca Hay, she said her friend got the second shot today. He's fatigued, he has migraines, and he is sore. I mean, y'all, look. Just because COVID does so many different things to so many different people, that's why I'm so skeptical about this vaccine too. It's like if COVID does, like if I get COVID and you get COVID, we both could have the same COVID, but it affects us so differently. You know, how is this one vaccine supposed to take care of all of that? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's too many things out there in this COVID that I can get it this way and I never recover from this thing, and you can get it this way and you fully recover, or you can never get it at all and you've been around everybody who's had it. You know what I'm saying? But we're all supposed to get the same one vaccine and it's supposed to cover everything. That's just weird. So.
Oh, so Riche said my nurse in the hospital said she felt really sick after the second one. Oh my God. Anita said, my cousin said after you get the second one, you get a mild symptoms. Now, with the podcast I listened to said they don't give you the virus. Like there's no part of the virus that goes in you. So what is making people fatigue and migraine? Oh,
Hey, yeah, they get sick. At least you know with the flu, they're giving you the flu, right? So you may get a side effect where they're telling you you're not getting it. So what do you get?
It's
sick?
barriers.
Uh-huh.
You know, they said it's 29 parts of COVID, and they're giving you one piece of this plant-based whatever to guard against the other 28. I mean, when I listen to it, it all makes sense, but it don't make sense for me to take it. Like it sound good. It's like, okay, it all sound logical, but I'm not doing it.
Oh, wait a minute. You're inside a vaccine again?
I don't know. I think I would do it if it was a one for the rest of your life. Because It's a one every year. No, I don't get the flu shot.
Right.
Don't. But I can tell you, I am tired of going out looking like a Martian. When I go out, I cannot breathe.
Honey,
I understand.
Be like this for a long time, for the long haul. Because
I am like, I wear gloves now.
Fauci said you still need all that shit. And you still need to stay 6 feet away. So I don't really understand. What are we getting vaccinated for then?
I don't know. I'm just,
Basically,
to go to the grocery store, it's a lot of work.
Immunity herd. So he said, and basically until 75% of us get it, and it's isolated. So yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't take the flu shot. I'm not taking it either. Yeah, but here's the deal, y'all.
What do you mean it could give you HIV?
And even if you have people who are sick, you have sick people in your family, maybe it's a good deal for them. I don't know. Do your research, people. And if, you guys have been safe and they haven't gotten it this far, I just feel like if they haven't gotten it and it's already been 1 million people with it, maybe they're good. You understand what I'm saying? They say it's 1 in 3 people who have gotten it in California, period. So how many people got it? It's like 4 or 5 people in your house. One of y'all got it, okay? Whether you were diagnosed or undiagnosed. 1 out of 3 in LA has it or has had it, okay? So if we know almost everybody has had it, that's kind of weird. A lot of us are still here. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people they did die. I think they didn't die maybe from COVID. Maybe they died from COVID-related issues, the breathing and the pneumonia part of it or whatever, So if you can stay healthy at home, y'all, just stay. When you're sick, stay home. Get your immunity going good. LAPD has...
Moderna's... Oh, you reading? Go ahead.
LAPD has 2,000 people test positive. That they probably have more than that.
I can't. I don't know what to say. Moderna reported a protection rate of 51% 2 weeks after the first immunization, 94% 2 weeks after the second dose. Okay, so 51, then it pops up to 94. That makes me feel better. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't take the flu. Oh, you just read that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, California has been locked down way more than Georgia, and y'all wide open. I can't eat. You know what? I'm gonna stay off Instagram because I see people at restaurants. Y'all eating, y'all out, y'all with your friends. I'm like, yo, that seems so dope. They at bars. I'm like,
Yeah.
we ain't been out in months.
They're trying to kill them.
Be clear, right?
What could it be? So hold on, Anita and 2 A's and 2 B's. Let me ask y'all this question. I saw a report that Georgia, unlike California, you people have the Georgia Congress Center. They have it set, a makeshift hospital set up. Well, what is that for if they got y'all wide open? They're literally kill y'all. Georgia and Florida, they want a lot of y'all gone.
I'm in the damn house. Georgia and Florida is
they
crazy.
are their best life. And Houston had parties like it's normal, makes me sick. That's so crazy, y'all. That is so crazy. It's crazy that that side of America is wide open and we are on y'all. We can't go to a restaurant if we wanted to. You guys can go, you can have birthday parties, you can have dinners. We can't do none of that. Michigan is locked down. We have no dine restauranting from December until February. That's good. Literally, they're all going to have to follow suit. Y'all, I think that when Biden and them get in, they're going to have to, for sure. I stay my butt home. It's crazy. I just feel like if Georgia, and I think they said Florida also has these makeshift hospitals that's in their convention centers, that means they expect a lot of people to be down and out, right? Why don't they have the whole state open? Like,
I'm just
adding up here.
Yeah, it's super sad for me. I can't even watch it. And every time I see somebody out, I'm like, where are they? Fucking Georgia. Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what in the hell?
Okay, y'all, this the juicy shit. So this is what we've been waiting for all night. So, y'all, in stupid-ass LA news, a swingers club in LA was shut down for an underground party. 200 people. Y'all, let me just say this. April, did you...
Ain't that much coochie in the world.
April, did...
No, I didn't see it. I don't watch the news.
Let me just visually tell you how it went down.
Okay.
They had body cams. These people were above age. They were grandmas. They were our age. And they were older, nasty folks. They showed the rooms with condoms on the damn bed. Y'all fucking during COVID? During the damn pandemic? April, nasty people. I said time out. Y'all, and they were showing their faces. Some of them came out scantily dressed.
Was it a mixture of white, black, or white what?
I ain't seen not one black person there, goddammit. But I'm sure somewhere but y'all, they were like foreigners, they were white people. Y'all. Ain't no way in 5 hells you could have paid me to be there, okay? Y'all that pressed to get outside. Y'all were popping damn saliva and body, like during the pandemic. How nasty and gross.
That's gross.
And you were on the news. So
right.
When you got arrested,
they were on the news.
Y'all, they showed their faces. They didn't even blot shit out, okay? They showed their faces.
Everybody's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going out.
God, it was the nastiest. Like, what is wrong with these people? During COVID? Really? That's how y'all want to get down? So now they got sexually transmitted diseases and they got COVID.
And COVID.
So y'all, people are
that means
I gotta check on your people, okay? Because they're losing it.
March will be 1 year. March will be a year. Like,
yeah,
we are going stir crazy. Like, I love my family, but I just, I just want to get out. I want to get out. I want to travel. We already talked about that. I just sound spoiled, but I know everybody, it's not bad, but it's sure not good. I just hope there is a light at the end of the tunnel. That's all I'm praying for, because just like we were saying, we thought 2021, I don't know, when the new year comes, we always say, oh, we just act like shit gone magically happen. No, it's just another year, and we still have to get through all of this. We got 5, when we wake up in the morning, we got 5 more days before he's out of office. Like, I cannot wait.
It's 5 more days?
Yeah, today's the 14th, right? Wow. Is it the 21st? It's the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's the 15th, baby. Tomorrow's the 15th. So
Wow.
let's roll into, since we're talking about that, Kamala Harris on the Vogue magazine. Baby. I don't know what to say, but after further reading, me and my cousin, we really got into the meat and potatoes. She actually wanted to wear the stuff. You know, she those are her clothes. That's her suits. That's whatever, if you guys saw. So this is my thing. Anna Wintour or anybody, when I worked at Essence, I worked hand in hand with Susan Taylor. When people came in, this is the fantasy, like I was telling Tomeeka about magazine. This is where you get to be someone that you're not usually, you know what I mean? So if you're a suit and tie, combat boots, sneakers, let's do something different. Let's make you a princess. Let's make you whatever. Let's, you know, and I understand that Kamala didn't want to do that. So I get it, but there was a way to jazz it up way better than what they did. You're talking about Vogue magazine. There was so many ways they could have did that. Let's start with the set dressing. That set dressing looked like they went to Curtains Are Us and got some, can I have 2 yards of that pink, 2 yards of that green? I've never seen an ill-prepared set like that in my life. It is, they can use that as a 101 on what not to do. It was horrific. I come from magazine. It was horrible. It was horrible. And the fact that, so here's the deal. She approved one, and they decided, Anna Wintour and her team decided that they were going to put the one where she looked more approachable. So I hope everybody, I wish I had it and I could bring it up. Her face looked like she was, you know how you're smiling and coming out of it like, you know, they got her so awkward. It wasn't a clean, it was like, I was like, what facial expression is that, first off? But again, this is where the white women, and I don't care, wanted to make her seem more approachable. Approachable to whom?
Mm-hmm.
To whom? She is going to be the vice president of the United States of America. She's not supposed to look approachable. She's supposed to look like, business. That doesn't mean that she is ghetto or argumentative or, you know, less kind. It just means that she has a job to do. And y'all took her down to the bare minimum and made her look awful. But they liked it. She looks approachable.
So my take is simply this. Yes, she said these suits, she did not agree to the one that they put on the cover. She agreed that would be a side look. Okay, so you disrespect another Black woman like y'all motherfucking always do. Let's start there.
Start there.
Okay, even if you pick those clothes. See, here's the deal. I can bring my clothes and say, hey, girl, I got my clothes. But, bitch, if you're Vogue and you do what I expect you to do and you bring out this suit that I can't say fucking no to, I'm going to wear the suit that I can't say no to, because when I put that shit on, I look like, damn, I need about 10 of these in my wardrobe. You understand?
Yep.
So, again, I want to hear what she brought to the goddamn shoot. I want y'all to be Vogue. I want y'all to put her on that motherfucker like she's the next VP, the first African-American / Indian-American / Asian-American, whatever y'all call her, American vice president, the first, okay? We're going to look her almost as close to presidential as can be. Because guess what? She shouldn't be fucking approachable. She got motherfucking Secret Service you got to get through before you get to her, okay? So what's this approachable shit? So again, people went behind closed doors and said, hey, this is what we think. We know she wants this, but this is what we think. Fuck y'all, okay? And the fact that you answered about it after Black people went on your ass, Anna, no, you knew you were wrong, okay? Because if you didn't see anything wrong with it, you wouldn't have said shit, because you wouldn't have had to defend the shit.
Melania had a cover shoot. Baby, they would have bought, if Melania had a shoot, they would have bought out 1 million racks. I know what those racks look like. They would have had all kinds of stuff. They did her no, they could care less. I'm telling you. There was no part of that that looked presidential. Like, this is one of the leaders of the free world. It looked really cheap and cheesy. Even if she wore a suit, she should have had some red bottoms. There's other brands, but I mean, she should have been in a pump. She should have been.
It should have looked like
Baby, I could have did a better job. I
Yeah.
could have gotten her together.
It
Okay.
should have like the suit, like it should have looked like, oh, I'm going to buy that suit tomorrow. That's what it should have looked like. It didn't look like that. She looked very
like
white
Hillary.
washed down.
Mhm.
And she
She
looked
looked
like
terrible.
yeah. So they didn't do nothing with her hair. She did her own hair.
And even,
So,
you know, and I don't know, we don't know the backstory. Maybe she was, I'm not saying combative, but maybe she was stuck to her ground. But you are Anna Wintour. You are supposed to convince her, baby,
Yes.
I get what you're saying. I get it. How about, can we try this? Can we do this? Can we look at this? And maybe all of that was done. I don't know. I'm just saying there's a
no,
way around it.
nope. Anna didn't say that shit. Anna said we did
Whatever she wants.
Anna did not say we offered her X, Y, and Z. We offered her everything, and she declined. She gracefully declined, and she wanted to do that. She didn't fucking say that. You know what the fuck she said? No, me and my team, we got together, and we thought that this look right here looked a little bit, you know, we wanted her to see more.
Made her look more approachable.
Bitch,
You know who we need to talk to? The black photographer, the young lady that did the photo shoot. That's who we need to.
Yeah.
You know her. We need to talk to her. We need
No,
to get the
because
backstory because she
this
was
is
there.
the one. And he has some bad pictures, and they picked that shit, okay? It was a photo shoot. Out of all the pictures they got, it's those two pictures. You can't tell me.
And that's what, is it a girl? I thought it was a girl that photo.
The guy, young guy who did Beyonce's photo shoot. He did Beyonce's cover.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I know that now goes with him for the rest of his life in his portfolio.
Yeah.
No, I'd be like, it's called your well, it is your portfolio. I'd be like, take that one out. Don't add that in mine. No, ma'am. You go from this to that to this to can't happen. Can't happen. Switch that page. Turn that page real quick. Turn that page. That's how it would be. Andre. Okay, Andre.
And still, we're waiting for Essence because Essence is going to do her right. Period.
Everybody else is going to do her right.
Yeah.
Everybody. So crazy. Yeah, she did not approve.
Is now they're going to release the one that she actually wanted. They're going to release that as a cover now too. They're going to reissue that one. Why couldn't you just do that from it? Because you disrespected her by not doing the one that she wanted anyway. It's right there.
That's insane.
Basically, we know what a magazine will sell. Here's the deal. I used to work at Victoria's Secret when I was like 16 or 17 years old. Actually, it wasn't Victoria's Secret. It was another lingerie store. It was Cacique. It was their competitor. It ain't no person that didn't come in my store that I didn't sell a thong to. I made it my business. Like, especially if you say, oh, I don't wear thongs. Oh, if you don't, oh, you're going to leave here today with one. So again, like you said.
And you were able to do it.
The fact that you're Vogue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I understand that you like this. We can shoot some shots in those. Let us do this for you too. Let us shoot some in this outfit, and this outfit, and this outfit. Because it's like this. When you go bridal shopping, you have an idea of what you think you will look good in. Once you get in that dressing room and they start bringing you more stuff, you realize you wasn't even that person to begin with. So you don't know who you are. They tell you
like, this is nice.
So
I know. I was one of the people. Yes, I get it. I get it. It makes my heart hurt. Like, I just don't understand. I needed to be a fly on the wall. I needed to know what that process looked like, what the look boards looked like. What did they present to her? What was on those racks? Why did she say, no, I'm going to stay with this? I mean, I have so many questions. I mean, I just don't understand. And just like you said, if you could get somebody to wear a thong, you could get somebody to wear a dress. But the article also said that there's a part, I don't know if this was Kamala, but she just, sometimes when you're in a position of power and you get dainty, it makes America or the men think that, oh, she's a feminist, or, you know, it lessens your power. I get that, because it could, but I would not worry, because I know who I am. Like, just because I'm in a dress doesn't mean I'm soft. I'm in a dress because, bitch, I want to wear a dress. Like, why are we reading all into it? I'm in a dress because I look gorgeous in a dress. That's why I'm in a dress.
She's going to be in a goddamn dress. Hello?
Yeah, she's going to. Yeah.
Going to be in a
They
dress.
didn't change her hair. They didn't do, girl. And first of all, there was probably
that she's not going to look like the Kamala we've been seeing throughout the campaign trail, because it's a different setting. The magazine is a different setting. Okay, you were supposed to be able to go outside of that box, and it's fine. Just catch her on the next photo shoots, because
I wonder what hair and makeup look like too. Like, was there a sister like, baby, we can, you like your hair like this, but let's give it some extensions. Let's make these curls pop. Like, who was there? Who was the team? What was the team? What did the team look like? And then here's the thing. She is half Asian, half Jamaican. I don't know who's on her personal team, her assistants and whatever. Sometimes you don't think like that unless you have a sister in the mix. Nobody's thinking about your hair because they think it look good. No, it don't look good. It look a hot mess. You know what I mean? Because there ain't a person like you and me saying, but we could do better. We could do better. So if you have that crew of, you know, I don't know what her team looks like, and then you go to Anna Wintour, ain't too many black people in that department. I can tell you that now. Ain't nothing changed from the time I've been there.
Is Andre still there?
No, I think he quit.
Okay.
You know, like, who's speaking up for the black girl? And that's been the, even in film and TV, magazine, who are these creative people doing our hair for the magazine? It needs to be one of us.
Right.
You understand what I mean? And it's, even now, to this day, on all these sets, you got white hairstylists doing black hair. And just recently, in the last 2 to 3 years, black actresses are like, no, we've had enough of that. They don't know how to do my hair. They can't do no wig. They can't do this. Like, they're ruining their hair. So I've seen so many actresses, they walk in with their, y'all have a problem with this? Like this, they come in with their person because it makes sense. Like, you're not going to just throw any old body on my hair. So, I mean, it's a big fight, and I don't understand how they don't see it. But here's the thing. We can do their hair. They just can't do ours.
That's true.
You know, it is what it is. Because if they're working with wig hair, which is basically almost like their hair, and then we can convert to the twists and the cornrows and the, I want to upsweep or whatever, or give me a side. They don't know how to cross. And that's the problem. Huh? What'd you say?
I was answering someone. I'm eating grapes. They want to know what I'm eating. Yeah, I apologize. I'm just trying to feed my little drink.
Drinking
Grapes.
So yeah,
we got off. What's our next topic? Bikinis and things. Okay, so everyone on social media was probably showing their bikini look. Oh, I need to show mine then. Okay, it was a special shout out to 50 in Bikinis Fab Sisterhood, Mary J. Blige.
Oh,
yeah,
I love it. She looked amazing.
She did.
Happy birthday, Mary. She
Happy
looked
birthday.
really good.
She looked good, but did you see the video of her and Tyrese where she had to tap that hand?
No, I didn't see that.
So yeah, apparently maybe there was a party for her or something, and she had a split, and he tried to touch her on her thigh, and she said,
Pat,
God damn it.
Don't be touching.
Because we get it. You're going through a divorce, but don't come for me, because apparently she got a boo-boo.
Oh wow. So
yeah.
it said 50, Mary J, Taraji P. Henson, of course, Nicole Murphy. Nicole Murphy is not going to miss an opportunity for anything. She's not. She is always going to be doing the most. I need her to sit down. I'm just over her. I'm really over her. That stunt she pulled what was it?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just over her. I'm over her. So, of course, you know, she want to show her body. Okay, whatever. Cynthia Bailey, good for her. Yay. So, yeah, I should have did mine. I could get in the bikini. No, I can't. I need a one piece.
You can do a bikini.
I would have to suck in a whole lot. I'm getting better though. I'm getting better. So we're going to end off with this. What's her name? Maya Ponsetto?
Mia Ponsetto.
Is it Mia?
Mia. A little Miss Mia.
Soho Karen, as they call her. Soho Karen. She is so disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
I think there's something wrong with her, but I'm not giving her a pass. But there's something wrong with her. She did everything
she's the epitome of privilege.
But I'm Puerto Rican. Really? I bet you don't claim that when you're out. You're just living in the world, living as a white woman. Trust me. The Puerto Rican only came. Yeah, you might be full Puerto Rican, but you weren't operating as a Puerto Rican. You were operating as a privilege, what your skin looks like a white girl. So don't pull that. And her attorney told her not to wear that hat that said, Daddy, what did it say?
Daddy. It said Daddy.
Yeah, it's just too much going on. I think every Black person or woman, when she was like, Gail,
enough.
I mean, I was like, off.
Enough.
Gail, shush.
Enough.
Just,
and Gail was so funny. Gail said, huh, and she told me enough. Like she chuckled at it. Come here. Her lawyer.
Everybody felt that. She was like,
I don't know how she could still defend her. I mean, look, I get.
She attacked a 14-year-old boy.
She did.
Period.
And then she don't listen. And when you don't listen, because the attorney had to not once, twice, 3 times. Like she had to check her too many goddamn times. And you're 22.
Too many times.
It's too much. I can't.
She's just privileged. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
A kid who should have been raised a long time ago. So no, you hard-headed as fuck. I brought you here to try to make your case seem, make a good case for yourself. You fucked that shit up royally, okay?
Yes.
You see, her mama and daddy wasn't there. They know who they look.
They know who they
are. Y'all sent her out there with her goddamn attorney and said, deal with her shit. Ain't no way in 5 hell. I'd have quit that day. Because she did too. Like, the lady kept looking at her like, bitch, I told you, shut the fuck up.
Somebody said her mama, 0101 said her mama is the same way.
Ooh.
Well, I hope she does some time.
Obviously.
I mean, because thank God. And yes, he was a big young man, but he's 14. And I was so glad because they have a leg to stand on. You're a grown woman and you attacked a minor. And that's what, if it would have been me, like my boys are big, but they're all over age. Like, so I'm so glad she attacked the little boy, the young age, and not the father.
Mm-hmm.
And the father, they not letting that go. They were like, nah, Karen, y'all been sliding through the cracks forever. We taking this one. We're doing whatever we need to do. Huh?
Did you see the mother's interview?
The mother of the young man? No.
Oh, so Gail had the mother and the father on too. The mother was livid. She's still shaking. Because all she want to know is if I was there, this shit would have ended so differently. Okay? She said, I want her to stop saying he was a guy. He was a boy. Okay? He's my boy. He's 14 years old. He has a name. The guy. Who the fuck is the guy? Girl, she was livid. She kept saying she was 22. She's a grown up. You're grown up and you're touch. She said, I tried to hug my son after. He didn't even want me to touch him. Back. She said, because she snuck him when she did it. She came from behind. Girl.
And she jumped on him like a bear.
Yep.
And the mom, like, what is wrong with her?
I think a saxophone player for Beyonce's band. So you picked the wrong couple because they have some star power behind them. The father's a jazz musician. The mother is an artist in Beyonce's band. And it's good because this girl has a bit of a reputation herself. So I'm so glad those two worlds came together and collided, and it's just going to be a good little outcome because this bitch literally.
Let me tell you something. It couldn't have been you or me. Y'all would all be on here with a collection plate because even if it was my grown kids, I would have beat her ass. I am sorry and she hit first. Once I saw that, and I don't really care, but you attack my child, I don't care how old, I would have beat. It would have been
over a phone, over a phone that he did not have. Yeah, if the mom was there, this story would have been so different. It just would have been so different. That girl would have got her goddamn ass beat so goddamn.
She would have been in the hospital.
So bad.
She would have killed her.
He threw her off, and she was like, I mean, nobody's talking about the fact that the father threw me, that he touched me, bitch, because you have his son.
Yeah, something's off with her. Yeah, she would have been hurt. I'm, I might be in jail, but I think it would have been self-defense. I don't know, but and I'm wondering.
KB said,
I'm wondering if, let's say he was 18, and she attacked first. He has the right to defend himself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, in that case, if I was in that lobby and she attacked Royce or Ross, I still would have jumped in. I probably would get in trouble. But let me tell you something. It would be what it is, baby. It would be what it is. I don't give a fuck.
Such a liar. She was like, the Uber driver didn't give me the phone. Where did the phone come from? Did you see Chris Rock? Chris Rock.
Did you hear? What did he say?
Stephen Colbert. He said, I got the phone, bitch.
I did see it.
Ruffles.
And when you asked her, how'd you get the phone? Well, you need to ask the person at the hotel. I was like, yo, I can't even be around her. I don't like the way she.
Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I already told you, be quiet. Just answer the questions with a straight face and don't deviate.
Turn on the light, Ross.
She said we had already. They did mock interviews. She told her how she was going to come at her. Why couldn't you just stick to the script, Donald Trump? These little white privileges, like, they're just. Donald Trump is coming out in so many ways. It's just manifesting himself over and over and over again. That bitch could not stick to the goddamn script. Like,
she couldn't. She couldn't. Oh, yeah, me too. What's her name? Aaliyah? Let me tell you something.
Elise.
I'm from Brooklyn too. Is it Elise? Oh my God, Elise. Yes, Minnie. Let me tell you something.
So
I can't even think about it.
If a black woman was with that young man, this story would have been so different. Y'all would have heard, the story would have read like this. Black woman's in jail for beating up the woman who didn't steal her phone.
Right.
It just would have went different. She would have got all the sympathy that she wanted. Like, she gets no sympathy right now because it was a black father, and he gave her, a little bit of leg room. But he was on it. He kept telling her, stop. He doesn't have your phone. Get away from my son. And that bitch kept ignoring his pleas.
All she could think of, I'm in New York. I'm by myself. I can't get to the airport.
Whole life
I need my phone. Well, bitch, you should get a bandolier and you should keep that stuff on you. When I travel, I wear my bandolier because, you're at the counter, you put your phone down in your bags, you walk away. Like, you got to travel a little bit better. Like, I get it, but you can't go after the first person you see. Like, that was just awful. So guys, a little housekeeping, as it says here. Please make sure, I know for whatever reason, we had it down to a science last week with YouTube and Facebook. I don't know what happened. We're going to do a test run this week. We got a lot of stuff to do. But we'll do a test run and see what we need to do. If we both need earphones. Last week, you just had your earphones on. You had these on. And I had nothing. Maybe that, I don't know. We just got to keep tweaking it. Huh?
I had them on. I don't remember.
You had them on for that. I had nothing. I could be wrong. I think we tried, whatever. So just please subscribe to YouTube and Facebook and hit the share button on both. And just tell, every Thursday we're going to be here at 6 o'clock. Bring your folks over to Instagram. Let's have these conversations. There's so much fun doing it with you guys. Like, I look forward to Thursday. I think that's like my highlight. I'm like, oh, I get to let my hair down and talk about the current events and, just whatever, journaling. And we really need to get into the book. How are we going to take the book? Because it's already the 14th. And once we read it, like, what are we doing once we read it?
I think we should figure out, maybe let's go on Clubhouse one day this weekend. Mm-hmm. And let's do a chapter on Clubhouse to get people a little more.
Are you guys on Clubhouse?
Because we had that, someone took our idea and we kind of messed us up. But
I don't think they even went on. I kept waiting for them to go on. I didn't see them go on, but they're out there. They're starting the book and they're reading it together. I think one by one, couple of paragraphs, this person, couple of paragraphs. And then I think we should take it chapter by chapter. So every time we meet, we should just do a chapter and then discuss it. Like, how do you feel? Like chapter 1 is very powerful. We can just start right there. That is a
powerful.
So
maybe let's go on Saturday sometime. So everybody go Bell Hooks. Can you pin it, April? Bell Hooks, all about love. It's on our IG page. Order it really quick, and we'll do the first chapter together again. This will be my 3rd time messing with you people. And y'all, let's do we're going to do this monthly. So we're doing a book every month. We're trying to grow ourselves. We can't be dumb. Okay. We're going to grow you.
Yeah. If you are on Clubhouse, if you aren't on Clubhouse, you do need an iPhone or iPad. It is Apple only. They have not extended it to Androids at this point. And a couple of my people do not have, iPhones, they just use their iPad. So if you have an iPad, and what I would suggest is everybody on here, all 32 of you, if you're on, no need, but go on there, download the app. It is a black guy. The icon is a black guy holding a guitar. You're going to be like, that can't be it. That is it. Apply for it. Put your name in, whatever. I guarantee you, once you sign in, you're going to have a plethora of friends already in there. And it's going to say, Anita Epps would like to join Clubhouse. Do you want to let her in? And they can just say yes. If you happen to go on there and you have no friends on, it'll say you are on the waiting list. But I guarantee you, everybody that I told to go on thus far has gotten on, because not even through me, they have friends. You have friends on your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube, whatever. They will say, oh, I know that person.
Thank you.
Oh, I went to school with her. Let me let her in. And they just walk away. You don't have to use an invite when you do it that way. They only give you one invite when you first get in. So most people give it to their significant other, their kid, whatever. I've already given mine away. But if I see somebody that comes on that I know, and I think they, won't act the fool, of course, I'll just say, okay, yeah, let them in. It doesn't count against my invites. Like, I may have 1 or 2 invites right now, but I am saving them because I know Royce and Ross want to get on there. So just sign up, get on, and just see if someone would invite you in. Because don't you think they will? It's so many people on there. It's overwhelming. So be forewarned.
Somebody and somebody we know.
Absolutely.
And what we also need to do is possibly do a Zoom on it. Maybe we end up.
Yeah, we could do a Zoom. Yeah, that would be fun.
That's a great discussion on Zoom too. So, Sean,
okay, when you invite someone, make sure they are legit, because if not, they will get kicked off. Right. So if you happen to get on, let's say, this is an example. You get on, Anita, somebody you went to high school lets you in. You have to maintain some type of decorum on the app, meaning you don't go in rooms, you don't cuss people out, you don't, just act crazy, because you are forever attached to the person that brought you in. That's the one thing about it. The person that brought me in, I didn't ask them to bring me in. I did exactly what I telling you to do. I was like, oh, let me try this thing. I was on the phone with a girlfriend. She was going to invite me with her invite. Long story. But as soon as I said enter, it said April Watkins would like to join Clubhouse. Anybody that I am attached to on Facebook, Instagram can see that. So this person said, sure. So now I'm forever tagged to that person. And I really don't want to be, because it's a guy. I don't know him that well. I would have never asked him to vouch for me. So I say that to say I'm forever. I got to watch how he acts, because I don't really know him. So that's why people are stingy with their invites. It's not that they don't want to give it up. You have to understand, like, you are forever, bound to that person. So people are like a little cautious with their invites. So that's what this person was saying. But we can Zoom, right, Tomeeka? Or we can, I like going on Clubhouse because we can get some generic people, meaning people that have read the book, some, up on their shelf, and oh my God, I can read it again with this group of people. So that's why I would like Clubhouse versus Zoom, because it would just be us moving forward. And I think it's a more open forum on Clubhouse, because maybe somebody has already read it, and once we read chapter 1 or whatever, they can offer some insight, but I'm
Let's get time right now. Let's get it over with. We can post this so everybody can by then get Clubhouse app going. Saturday, what's a good time for you on Saturday?
Saturday.
3 is good for me.
What, 3 p.m.?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Saturday at 3 p.m.
Cool.
We're going to be on Clubhouse.
Discussing
chapter 1 of All About Love. Okay.
So
and it will be the April and Tomeeka show.
And if you want to go ahead and start without us, and let's discuss it on there. We're going to read the first chapter all together, and then we're going to discuss. So it's going to be an interesting conversation. Love it.
Because 1 is good. I was like, whoa.
What are your names on Clubhouse? I think, what am I on Clubhouse? Mika? I think I'm MKA.
MKA Morris, right?
Yeah, I'm MKA Morris. In April, you're April.
I don't know what I am. I'm going to tell you in 2 seconds. Because I what's my name? April Watkins 718.
That's what you are.
April Watkins 718, right.
Okay. And mine is MKA Morris.
Ooh,
Yes,
some good rooms going on.
At 3 p.m. And look, we're going to start the room at 3 o'clock, okay? And we're going to read the chapter. I think the guide takes 20 minutes, I think, to read the first chapter. So by about 3:20-ish, we should be finished. Okay? So, and then we'll discuss. So maybe it'll be an hour-long conversation. Maybe it'll be 3 hours. We'll see.
That is going to be fun. Yeah. And we'll be the moderators. So we'll be on stage and we'll bring you guys up one at a time to read. And then when you finish, we'll put you back in the audience, and then we'll bring the next person.
Yes.
That way, once you're in there, you understand about moderating and people talking over everybody and stuff like that. So we'll try and just keep it, right? Just keep some order to it. So as you guys line up, PTR, when you go in these rooms, you're going to hear PTR, guys, PTR. PTR literally means pull to refresh. So you have to go like this, just like on an iPhone or Instagram. You go like that to refresh. So there's some terms on there. And if you because you will go in many rooms other than ours, and you'll see people flipping their microphone. The microphone, that means that they're clapping. So when you see flickering of a microphone, that means clapping. And they go in there and they're like, okay, guys, we're going to PTR right now, because there's some rooms with so many people that want to talk. They have to keep refreshing to kind of give people their spot. They don't want to skip over anybody. So those are the 2 things that you might be confused when you get in there. Like, why are they clicking, and what the hell is PTR? I don't know why they just don't say pull to refresh, but maybe that's much. Huh?
Clubhouse anyway because we're going to read the chapter together. So you can at
Who said
least,
that?
Chauncey's book isn't going to arrive from Amazon until Saturday. Or
Oh
you can,
yeah, so you can listen.
yeah, you can listen to the story, or you can go to the bookstore and pick it up tomorrow. So it's up to you. But
It's a really good read.
Conversation because we are going to read it on Clubhouse.
Yes. I love it. And me and Tomeeka will start.
Get
And
started.
you guys can join in.
The first chapter is amazing, and it's going to be even better because if you have audiobook and that white guy's reading it to you, it's weird.
I swear to God, that's exactly why it just, sometimes you got to hear it. That's I read the reviews, and that's what a couple of people said. The white guy threw me off. It's the white guy for me. And I was crying. So I was like,
even if
okay.
But the fact that it's a white man, it just was weird.
Right. Oh, she could have paid. I mean, there are people online, I forgot the website, that do stuff like that.
I think that's the YouTube channel to read books out loud on YouTube. That's a page that you could create if you like to read, okay? Because who wouldn't want to read Black authors by black people, okay? So, I mean, I don't know if
it needs to be in a Black voice, not some white man with no feeling and no ma'am. No, ma'am.
Here. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us this Thursday. See you guys next Thursday. Don't forget to hit our podcast up. We'll drop a new one on Sunday.
Yep. First one's going up Sunday for the year 2021. I'm excited about that. It was a good one too. So check us out on Spotify and iTunes and Stitcher.
And all those places. Good night, guys. Love you guys.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.